Maine hospitals are continuing their battle against a wave of COVID cases. The Maine CDC reports 329 people in the hospital with COVID-19 today. 117 are being treated in critical care rooms. 57 need a ventilator to breathe. Right now, there are 58 critical care beds available in the entire state. As the surge in COVID cases puts pressure on Maine hospitals, a new device could soon help expand much-needed capacity. A collaboration of Maine medical doctors and medical equipment companies are developing a tent-like device which converts a hospital stretcher into a negative pressure chamber. That collapsible device can be used to contain infectious viruses and one day could be deployed to medical facilities not only in Maine but across the country. News Center Maine's Vivian Lee tells us more.
Patient trials are currently underway at Maine Medical Center for a new device that could be a game changer for hospitals being squeezed for space by an onslaught of COVID-19 cases.
If you have two patients in a room and one tests positive, you don't have a place to put that patient, this device can be, implemented immediately to isolate that patient.
Dr. Samir Haidar is an emergency physician at Maine Medical Center. He is part of a team developing the collapsible aerolite particle enclosure or CAPE device. The tent-like structure converts a hospital stretcher into a negative pressure chamber. Similar to a negative pressure room, it's designed to contain contagious viruses like COVID-19 from spreading.
If you have a potentially infectious agent inside this device, it's going to stay in this device and be pulled through the filtering system.
Two emergency room residents at Maine Med initially came up with the idea at the beginning of the pandemic, using materials from a hardware store. Doctors then began collaborating with two Maine companies, the Baker Company and Thermoform Plastics of New England, to come up with a prototype.
So you can see the smoke now with the side port open. It's being pulled inside to the enclosure rather than being pushed out.
David Eagleson is the CEO of the Baker Company. He shows us how this filtration system pulls the air out of the CAPE. The company manufactures microbiological safety cabinets for research labs and ventilation systems for medical facilities.
They can turn around and access from the back or the head.
Medical staff, meanwhile, can access a patient inside the chamber through a range of different sized openings, from putting in an IV or hooking up a patient to a ventilator. The CAPE can also be set up in just minutes and can be moved to other floors throughout the hospital.
They can be ready at the emergency department. When you walk in, you say, I don't feel good. They say, get in the tent, and they start monitoring immediately.
The company based in Biddeford makes FDA-approved packaging that ships across the world and helped design the prototype. Funding from the Maine Health Innovation Bonfire Fund is allowing the team to focus on securing emergency authorization use approval from the Food and Drug Administration. Meanwhile, the CAPE device is continuing to be tested on patients, and so far the feedback has been positive.
It's within seconds that they're like, okay, I get this is perfect.
Another key layer of protection for frontline workers, providing critical treatment for sick patients. Vivian Lee, News Center, Maine.
A decision on the emergency use authorization is expected within the next month or so. The hope is the CAPE device could be used in rural hospitals and nursing homes, not only in Maine, but across the nation. We have much more on the CAPE device on our website and mobile app.